Chapter 9. The word shower is a misnomer. Getting clean in the hospital was a daily requirement, posted in every hallway. You couldn't miss the sign stating cleanliness and godliness and whatever else they needed to shut the hell up about. Jill and I normally spent half of our time doing everyone's laundry and washing dishes, and sometimes nursing the wounded and helping in the medical ward. Some of the dinosaur-minded soldiers said it was women's work. The injured soldiers didn't mind as much. That day, we were excused from normal work schedules considering our night activities. Everyone in our group needed a shower and I was no exception. The showers were converted from two of the first floor restrooms. Water was gravity-fed from tanks on the roof. The tanks were filled with water pumped up from a well the army drilled 6 months ago when the city water supply failed. Plastic sheets hung from the ceiling, creating stalls and providing some privacy. Chairs were set in front of each sink, and 2 buckets of water were provided. One bucket held tepid soapy water for washing. The other contained rainwater. It was the same with washing dishes, and Jill and I knew that all too well, washing with cold water. I hadn't had a shower, or better a bath, in a year. My legs felt like jelly and ached as if I'd run a marathon. I wasn't surprised that my right shin was hurting worst of all. The muscles were atrophied from the plaster cast. It felt good to splash water over my legs, and that seemed to wash the pain away, even if only in my mind. "Why are we doing this, Julie?" Jill asked through the curtains. "Doing what?" "Going on missions. We need to save Jim and the others. Do you think Jim's still alive?" "He has to be." "Why? You love him?" "I just know he's out there." "You do love him?" "I mean, he's okay, but I like Lopez." "I like Lopez," she repeated. "Got it. It's dangerous out there." "Yes, it is." "So why are you making us take all this risk? Why are we going back out?" "Winters said to take people we trust, and that's me." I didn't bother to answer. "Why me and Lopez?" she asked. I finished getting dressed, putting on my dirty clothes from the night before, leaving Jill and going to the barracks. I retrieved clean clothes from my trunk at the foot of my bed, faded jeans, a maroon hoodie, sweatshirt, and a blue scarf to keep me warm, into which I changed. The dirty clothes went into a laundry bag. Coffee and breakfast was next on the to-do list. The other members of the team were in the cafeteria, and the place was half full of people having breakfast. I fixed myself a tray of food and sat down at their table. "So what did Winters say?" Lopez asked of me. "Later when Jill gets here." She came through the doorway at the moment wearing clean capris and a skin-tight sweater. Her blonde hair shining its pulled up in back ponytail. "Just tell us," Connors asked. I shrugged and said, "Yes." Everyone smiled. "And?" Lopez asked. "When Jill gets here." A few minutes later, Jill came over from the food service line. "Halloween," she said, walking up to the table. I glanced around at paper ghosts and skeletons hanging from the ceiling. I hadn't noticed them earlier. In the middle of our own table was a small pumpkin. The cafeteria decor was light and festive for the coming month of October and Halloween, probably decorated by the children of the fort who had few chores. I finished my own breakfast of cold toast, topped with the hunters brought it in and the army cooks wasted nothing. Jill sat down and I said, "I talked to Winters." I lied about pinpointing the exact location of the jammer. I hope you got it, Lopez. Lopez nodded. We are go for tonight. Same kit, same ammo. Do you remember Coke? I asked Jill as I sipped the black sludge that passed for coffee. This is like being a scab, she said. How about Pepsi? I hate this. They make us work all the time. Now they make us go on missions. The hospital is supposed to be for civilians. They're supposed to protect us. Pizza? When was the last time we had pizza? I asked, turning the piece of meat around on my fork and inspecting it. There are more soldiers here than civilians. Where'd all the civilians go? Hamburger. Remember real hamburger? I'm not talking about fast food, but a barbecue chopped steak burger. I ate the meat. It didn't taste bad. Actually, it tasted rather good. I'm almost 16, she said. Do you think this is elk? Or maybe deer? In a few months I could get a driver's license if... You don't think it's real steak? Like the guys found some fair oaks there or cow? I'd get a car. My mom said I could have a car at 16. It'd be an old clunker, Dad's old car, but it'd still be fun. Do you want to go up on the roof and pick out cars in the parking lot? Sometimes the sniper let me hang out with them. She hadn't eaten anything on her plate. Do you remember the junior high prom? I asked. She nodded. She was a year behind me, but 7th and 8th grades were small, so we had a combined prom at the school that year. Who did you go with? Some guy. I can't even remember his name. Jill smirked. Hey, that's funny. I can't remember the name of the guy I went with either. That was like 2 years ago. How do we forget? I've got a picture in my gear. Cool, Jill said. Let's look at them, I suggested. Her eyes lit up. Anything that reminded her of happier times made us both happy. We're supposed to sleep. I'm too tired to sleep. Me too. She got up and headed towards the kitchen with a plate of uneaten food and cup of water. Wait for me, I called after her as I tried to chunk down the rest of my coffee. We sat on my bed. Our footlockers stood open with half our clothes and junk scattered in the aisle, spilled and lying where they'd fallen as we searched for memories of our past, memories of another world, gone and never to return. Jill showed me a fishing lure she had kept from our time with my dad. It was her favorite, but I remembered that she never caught a thing with it. It was a pretty jitterbug in bright orange, silver, and fluorescent green. I showed her an obsidian glass rock polished smooth from the river that I'd found it in. We turned bubbles in our hands as we examined them and put them aside until I reached the few and precious photographs tucked deep in the bottom of my trunk. That's him. I handed the junior high prom photo to Jill. He's cute. She smiled as she held the photograph up to the light. You think so? Yeah. I guess it's kind of swag, I said. Definitely. What's his name? He's too cute. I took the picture back and looked at it again. I knew the boy, or I used to, but I could not remember his name. I shrugged and picked up a bandana from my trunk. Remember this? Holding up the camouflage pattern cloth to my nose, I sniffed the musky cologne scent. I handed it to her. Walter Preston, I said. Who was that? The prom guy? She asked as she sniffed the bandana. It smells nice. No. A geek who had a crush on me sophomore year. I didn't like him. I didn't know him. What was he like? Her eyes grew wide. Her lips pursed, expecting some good gossip. He was cute. Dark hair, tall and very skinny. Geeky. His parents were snobs. Majorly. They hated me. I didn't care. That's probably the only reason I dated him. You dated him? Just twice, maybe 3 times. He gave me this bandana. He used to wear so much cologne. It still smells like him. What happened? I ran out when he tried to kiss me at a movie. Why didn't you let him kiss you? I laughed. Why are you laughing? I shook my head. I like kissing, Jill admitted. It surprised me because she blushed so easily. Sometimes she was very insecure. I like kissing too, but not him. He had sickening bad breath all the time. I wanted to puke. Why did you keep the bandana? I guess I like cologne. Who've you kissed? Jill asked. No one. You just said you like kissing. No one worth remembering, I said. Who have you kissed? Lopez, she admitted without a hint of embarrassment. No, I said sarcastically. Yup, up on the roof in the gardens. He had guard duty